My child, listen to me, not with your ears, with the deepest part of your being, the part that has been crying out in the dark, even when you did not know it was crying. The part that has been searching for something real in a world full of shadows and echoes. You have been wondering why nothing feels right anymore, why the peace you used to feel has evaporated, why the joy that once came easily now feels like a distant memory, why you wake up tired and go to bed exhausted, with nothing in between but the grinding of gears and the passing of days. I know. I have been watching you, not from a distance, from right beside you. I have seen every struggle, every silent tear, every moment when you wanted to give up but kept going because you did not know what else to do. I have watched you carry weights that were never meant for your shoulders. I have watched you fight battles that were never yours to fight. I have watched you try to open doors that only I can open and try to close doors that only I can close. And I have been waiting patiently, lovingly, urgently, for you to stop long enough to hear my voice. Today is that day. You did not find this message by accident. You are not scrolling randomly, and the algorithm did not guess what you might want to see. This is a divine appointment. I have been orchestrating your steps, every disappointment, every delay, every detour, to bring you to this exact moment. Because I have something urgent to say to you, something that cannot wait. Something that will determine the course of the next season of your life. The season is shifting. The winds are changing. The spiritual atmosphere is transforming in ways you cannot see but will certainly feel. And I am speaking louder now, not because I am angry, but because I love you too much to let you walk into the storm unprepared. My child, before I reveal the dangers ahead, understand that this connection is your lifeline. The world is full of noise. Voices screaming for your attention from every direction. Social media, news, work, family, obligations, distractions. In that chaos, my voice is easily missed. Not because I am quiet, but because you're pulled in too many directions. If you feel my presence in these words, if something in your spirit is stirring, waking up, recognizing that this is not ordinary, then join this fold of seekers right now. Subscribe to this channel. Let this be the place you return to every day before the world's noise drowns out what I'm trying to say to you. By subscribing, you are building a wall of protection around your spirit. You are ensuring that my voice reaches you every morning, before the notifications start pinging, before the demands start coming, before the enemy has a chance to fill your head with lies. Do not let this moment slip away. Do not tell yourself you will do it later. Do it now. Subscribe. Stay connected. This is your lifeline. Now I want to take you back. I want to remind you of the 7 calls I have already sent you. The 7 times I tried to get your attention, protect your path, and guide you towards safety. You did not recognize them then. You thought they were coincidences, bad luck, random events. But I'm going to show you now. Every single one was an act of love. Call 1, the inner tug, that gut feeling you ignored, that quiet whisper that told you something was not right, about a decision you were making, a person you were trusting, a path you were about to walk down. You felt it in your chest. A subtle pull, a gentle warning. You pushed it aside. You told yourself you were being paranoid. You made the decision anyway, and you regretted it. Not because I was punishing you, because you ignored the warning I sent to protect you. Call 2, the closed door. The job you wanted so badly. The relationship you begged me for. The opportunity you thought would change everything. You prayed and cried and pleaded for that door to open, and it stayed shut. You were angry at me. You thought I had abandoned you. You thought I did not care about your happiness. But I saw what was on the other side of that door. I saw the trap disguised as a blessing. I saw the enemy waiting behind the opportunity. I saw the destruction that would have followed if I had given you what you asked for. I did not reject you. I rescued you. That closed door was not a punishment. It was a protection. Call 3, the warning dream. You woke up with a strange feeling, a lingering image, a sense that something had been communicated to you while you slept. You could not remember the details, but you felt unsettled. That was me, speaking to you in the only space where you are quiet enough to listen. The spiritual realm is active while your body rests. And I was trying to warn you about something that was coming. You forgot the dream by breakfast. You dismissed it as a bad night's sleep. But the warning was real. And the danger I was trying to protect you from, you walked right into it. Call 4. The necessary departure. The person who walked away. The friend who stopped calling. The partner who left without explanation. You cried over that loss. You blamed yourself. You wondered what you did wrong. I removed them. Not because you were not good enough to keep them. Because they were not good enough for you. Because they were draining your oil. Because they were passengers on a ship that was about to sail into waters they were not equipped to handle. That departure was not rejection. It was surgery. I cut out what was toxic so you could heal. Call 5. The midnight heartbreak. The pain that woke you up in the middle of the night. The grief that would not leave. The heartbreak that felt like it would kill you. You thought I had abandoned you in your darkest hour. But I was closest to you in that moment. I was using the pain to redirect your wandering heart. You had been drifting away from me, away from your purpose, away from the path I designed for you. The heartbreak was not the end. It was the turn. It was the pain that finally got your attention when nothing else would. Call 6. The spiritual weight. The unexplained anxiety. The heaviness that would not lift. The sense that something was wrong, even when everything looked fine on the surface. You thought it was just stress, just hormones, just the way life is. But that weight was spiritual warfare. The enemy was pressing down on you, not because you were weak, but because you were dangerous to him, because your breakthrough was near and he was trying to keep you from walking into it. That weight was not a sickness. It was a signal, a sign that the battle was intensifying because the victory was close. Call 7. The gentle whisper. The small voice in the crowd that you were too busy to hear. The quiet thought that came and went before you could grab it. The fleeting sense that I was trying to tell you something, but you had 30 other things demanding your attention, so you pushed it aside. That was the 7th call. The last gentle whisper before the shouting begins. Stop for a moment. Breathe. Let these 7 calls sink into your heart. Which of these doors did I close for you recently? Which warning did you ignore? Which departure are you still mourning, not realizing that it was a rescue? I want you to acknowledge my protection over your path. Not because I need your thanks, because you need to see that I have been with you all along. That every closed door was a shield. That every lost person was a pruning. That every painful moment was a positioning. Go to the comments. Type these words. Thank you for the closed door. Type it now. Let it be your acknowledgement that my protection has been surrounding you, even when you could not see it. Thank you for the closed door. Now I need to tell you something urgent, something that will determine how you navigate the days ahead. The season is shifting. For a long time, I've been speaking to you in a gentle whisper, a quiet nudge, a subtle tug. I have been patient. I have been waiting. I have been giving you space to choose, to grow, to wake up on your own. But that season is ending. This season of grace, the time of gentle invitations and soft warnings, is shifting into a season of shaking. The stakes are higher now. The decisions you make in the coming days will have consequences that echo far beyond what you can see. I'm speaking louder now because you have been too distracted to hear the whisper. I am raising my voice because the enemy is raising his. I am urgent because the window is closing, and I will not let you walk into the darkness without a final warning. There's a danger I need to name: survival mode. You have been living in survival mode for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to thrive. You wake up tired, drag yourself through the day, and collapse at night, only to do it all over again tomorrow. You are so busy surviving that you have no time for praying, no energy for listening, no space for me. And that is exactly where the enemy wants you. When you're too busy to pray, you become a target. When you are too exhausted to listen, you become vulnerable. When you are running on empty, you will take comfort from anyone, even the wolves. The storm is gathering. I can see it on the horizon, even if you cannot. The winds are shifting. The spiritual atmosphere is changing. And I am calling my remnants together, not to hide, but to stand, not to cower, but to be fortified. Do not wander back into the fog alone. Do not think you can navigate this season with your own strength and wisdom. You have tried that. It has not worked, and it will not work now. Stay with this word. By staying connected, by subscribing to this voice, by returning to this sanctuary every day, you ensure that my light continues to guide your specific journey through the darkness ahead. Subscribe now. Not because I need your subscription, because you need an anchor, because you need a voice that will cut through the noise when everything else is screaming for your attention. Subscribe. Stay. Let me guide you through what is coming. Now I need to unmask something. I need to show you how the enemy operates, because he has been operating against you, and you have not even recognized it. The enemy does not use a generic plan. He is not throwing random arrows at random targets. He studies you. He watches your patterns. He knows your weaknesses because he has been watching you fail in the same ways year after year. He knows your fatigue. He knows exactly when you're most vulnerable. Late at night, early in the morning, after a long day when your defenses are down. He knows which thoughts to plant, which memories to trigger, which fears to exploit. He knows your trauma. He knows the wounds that never fully healed. He knows the words that were spoken over you that you still believe. He knows the faces that haunt your dreams. And he uses all of it against you, not to make you stronger, but to keep you stuck. One of his most effective weapons is the wolf in sheep's clothing. People sent to drain your oil. People who smile at you while stealing from you. People who call themselves friends, but leave you emptier than before. People who take and take and take your time, your energy, your peace, your joy, and give nothing back. You have been surrounded by them, and you have been too kind, too trusting, too desperate for connection to recognize them. I'm telling you now, not everyone who smiles at you loves you. Not everyone who sits at your table is for you. Some are there to drain you. Some are there to distract you. Some are there to delay your destiny. And then there is the weapon of false comfort. Addictions, distractions, escapes, the bottle, the screen, the affair, the shopping, the eating, the scrolling. Anything that numbs the pain without healing the wound. The enemy does not care what you use to escape, as long as you are escaping, as long as you are avoiding me, as long as you are staying distracted from the call on your life. He offers you false comfort to keep you from true transformation. He offers you temporary relief to keep you from eternal freedom. I see the faces of those who have drained you. I see the patterns that have kept you stuck. I see the addictions that have held you captive. And I am giving you permission. No, I am commanding you to let them go. You do not need to fix them. You do not need to save them. You do not need to keep showing up for people who only take from you. You do not need to keep numbing yourself with things that are slowly killing you. You need to choose. Choose me. Choose your destiny. Choose the life I designed for you, not the life the enemy has been stealing from you day by day. If you are ready to let them go, the draining people, the false comforts, the distractions, the escapes, and walk with me instead, then type these words in the comments. I choose my destiny. Type it now. I choose my destiny. Let it be your declaration that you are done with the enemy's blueprint, that you're done being drained, that you're done numbing, that you are choosing me and the future I have prepared for you. Now I need to name something. I need to give you the diagnosis for what has been happening inside you. You're not just tired. You are soul tired. There is a numbness that has settled over your spirit, a heaviness that will not lift, a sense that you're just going through the motions, waking, working, eating, sleeping, with nothing in between that feels like life. This numbness is not a weakness. It is a defense mechanism. Your soul has been through so much trauma, so much disappointment, so much loss, so much pain, that it has learned to protect itself by feeling less, to turn down the volume on emotion so that the pain does not destroy you. But the volume on joy has been turned down too. On hope, on excitement, on love, on connection. You are not just numb to the bad, you are numb to the good. And you've been living in that half-life for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to be fully alive. You are trapped in a survival loop. Wake up tired, drag through the day, collapse at night, sleep without rest. Repeat. There is no joy in the morning, no peace in the evening, no rest in the night. Just the endless grind of surviving another day, with no end in sight and no hope of things getting better. And underneath the numbness, underneath the survival loop, there is an internal scream. A part of you that wants to give up, that is tired of pretending, that is exhausted from being strong for everyone else while no one is strong for you. That part of you cries out in the dark, not in words, but in a wordless groan that only I can hear. I hear it. I have always heard it, and I'm not ignoring you. You have been pretending to be fine for so long that you have almost forgotten that you are not fine. You have been telling everyone, I'm good, while you're drowning. You have been smiling through the pain while your soul is bleeding. But you do not have to pretend with me. I already know. I have always known. And I love you anyway, not in spite of your brokenness, but right in the middle of it. You are not alone in this exhaustion. You're not the only one who feels this way. And you're not broken beyond repair. I am the restorer of tired souls. I am the healer of numb hearts. I am the one who can wake you up from the survival loop and breathe life back into your dry bones. But you have to let me. You have to stop pretending. You have to admit that you are tired, not to the world, but to me, and to yourself. Let the numbness crack. Let the scream out. Let the tears come. Let yourself feel what you have been avoiding for so long. I am here. I am not afraid of your pain. I am not overwhelmed by your honesty. I am waiting with open arms to hold you in the middle of it all. And now, my child, we come to the final thing. The thing that has been keeping you in chains even when the prison doors are wide open. Guilt. You are punishing yourself for sins I have already forgotten. You are carrying weight that I never asked you to carry. You are wearing the label of failure, even after I have called you redeemed. Listen to me carefully. This is the most important thing I will say to you today. I do not keep a record of your wrongs. The sins you confessed, forgotten. The mistakes you repented of, erased. The failures you have been holding against yourself for years. I do not even remember them. You're the one who keeps bringing them up. You are the one who cannot let them go. You are the one who is punishing yourself for things I have already forgiven. The enemy wants you to stay in guilt. Guilt keeps you stuck. Guilt keeps you small. Guilt keeps you from stepping into the purpose I have prepared for you. Because if you believe you are unforgivable, you will never try to do anything worth forgiving. But I want you to understand the difference between conviction and condemnation. Conviction comes from me. It is gentle. It is specific. It is aimed at a behavior, not at your identity. Conviction says, that action was wrong, but you are still my child. Let's make it right. Condemnation comes from the enemy. It is harsh. It is vague. It attacks your identity, not your actions. Condemnation says, you are wrong. You are bad. You are unfixable. You might as well give up. You have been living under condemnation, believing the enemy's lies about who you are, carrying guilt that was never meant to be yours. Today, I am calling you to drop the heavy bags of yesterday at the shore of today. You cannot carry the past into the future. You cannot walk into the new season dragging the chains of the old one. The guilt, the shame, the regret, the what-ifs and if-onlys, they are too heavy, and they are not yours to carry anymore. I have forgiven you. The question is, will you forgive yourself? Will you stop punishing yourself for things I have already forgotten? Will you stop believing the enemy's condemnation and start believing my love? Will you drop the weight of the past and walk into the future I have prepared for you? Your past no longer has a voice at my table. The sins you committed? We do not speak of them. The mistakes you made? They are not on the agenda. The failures that haunt your dreams? They have no place in my presence. When you sit at my table, you are not the person you used to be. You are my child. my beloved, my redeemed. If you believe that my mercy is bigger than your mistakes, if you are ready to drop the guilt and walk in freedom, then I want you to seal it. Type these 2 words in the comments. Amen. And then, here is the final thing I am asking you to do. Share this message with one soul who is drowning in guilt. Someone you know is carrying the same weight you have been carrying. Someone is punishing themselves for sins that have already been forgiven. Someone needs to hear that their past no longer has a voice at my table. You are the messenger. Share this message. Be the voice that sets someone else free. Type them in. Share this message. And let the chains of guilt fall off, once and for all. And now, my child, receive this blessing. I bless your waking hours. May you feel my presence in the morning before the noise begins. May you remember in the quiet that you are not alone. I bless your work. May the labor of your hands be fruitful. May the doors that need to open, open. May the doors that need to stay closed, and may you trust me in both. I bless your relationships. May the right people stay. May the wrong people leave. May you have the wisdom to know the difference and the courage to act on it. I bless your rest. May you sleep without fear. May you wake without dread. May your nights be filled with peace and your days with purpose. I bless your heart. May the numbness crack. May the feeling return. May you laugh deeply, cry freely, and love without holding back. I bless your future. The season is shifting, but you are not shifting alone. I go before you. I stand behind you. I walk beside you. Every step of the way. Go now, not in fear, in faith, not in guilt, in freedom, not in exhaustion, in the deep, sustaining peace of knowing that you are held. I am with you, always. Amen. I have spoken. Subscribe now. Type Amen in the comments. Share this message with one person who needs to hear it. And step into the new season, not as you were, but as you are becoming.